In this video, I'm going to show you how you can find missing data in Excel and also how you can reconcile it to find incomplete information as well. I'm going to show you a couple different approaches. Now, before we jump in, if you're finding these tutorials and tips helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And make sure to enable notifications so you never miss another video. So I've got a list of employees in Office A and also employees in Office B. And so I'm going to compare to see which ones are on the same list, which ones are missing, and where the information might be wrong. So I'm going to use both XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP to show you a couple ways you can do it. I'm also going to use Vstack as well to combine the lists and show you another way where we can compare the two lists. So for starters, I'm going to look to see if the employee ID in Office A is found in Office B to see if the employee is in both offices. So I'm going to create a field just called ID found. And I'm just going to use an XLOOKUP to start and select the value, which is the employee ID, and search within this range, this lookup array. The return array can be identical because it really doesn't matter. I'm just checking to see if it's a match or not. So I'm going to close this out. And now with any lookups, when I'm dealing with fixed ranges, what I want to do is freeze these cells to make sure these values don't change, that I'm still looking at the exact same range. Because a common problem with a lookup is you don't freeze a range, and your range is going to move. So I'm going to copy this down, and so I've got some NAs. So 103, 104, 108, they were not found on this list. So what I'm going to do is modify this formula and to say, okay, if it's an error, so one of those has an NA, then what I'm going to do is set an X there. Otherwise, leave it blank. By doing so, I'm basically ignoring all the values where there's a match. And instead, I'm calling attention to just where something wasn't found. So for 103, 104, 108. So I've highlighted those ones to say, okay, the ID has not been found. But I also may want to check if the ID is correct. Like for 102, 102 has been found, but it's a different name. So let's also check if the ID is correct. So to do that, I can do a VLOOKUP. Now again, I did XLOOKUP last time. I can do VLOOKUP this time just to make sure and just to show you another different way of doing this. So I'm going to select my range again, and my column that I'm going to return the values from is column 2, and set it to false for an exact match. And again, let's freeze the range here just to make sure it remains intact. So I've got my ID in there, so it pulls the name. So now it still gives me an NA for the values that weren't found. And so what I can do here is suppress those errors to say, if it's an error, then just set it to blank, because that's not the issue that we're looking for in this case. So what I'm going to say is now, okay, we've gotten rid of the if error. We've addressed that. I'm going to now do an if statement within here to say, okay, if this VLOOKUP value, if that is the same as this, then let's set that to blank as well. And if it's not, let's set it to an X. And so this is still within the if error function. So let's test it out, make sure it works. Copy it down. So now we've identified, and I should rename this to ID not correct and ID not found. So now it's a lot easier to convey what's going on. So in this case, we can see that 102 says Maria Garcia, and here it says William Brown. So let's evaluate this formula to make sure it's working properly. So we're looking up A4, which is ID 102, and we're getting William Brown on this other table, and then we're seeing if that compares to B4, Maria Garcia, which it is not. So it's not a match. So it's going to return an X, right? And so if it resulted in an error, that's where our if error function comes into play. It returned a blank value, but it doesn't. So we're good to go. So that allows us to check if the ID is found and if it's not correct. So we'd have multiple issues we would need to fix here. So if we change this person's name, that error goes away. But I'm going to undo that because I want to keep that intact the way it is. Now, you might be tempted to think, okay, we're done here. We've fixed this issue. We're done. But anytime you're reconciling data and comparing two lists, you want to do the lookups on both sides. Like right now, we compared the employees on Office A to the employees on Office B. But we also need to check if there's some on B who aren't on A. So let's do the same lookup here. Do the same formulas, except what I'm going to do is modify the ranges. So this time I'm going to be looking up this employee ID against this range. And what's convenient with Excel, we can easily just adjust these ranges. We don't have to go in here and actually make the changes. Just drag these formulas in here. We don't have to. Now here it's a bit tricky to grab this one. So this one I will adjust so it's the same range. 3 to 10, 3 to 10. Now we're looking up the employee ID to see if it's a match. And so there was a couple that were not found. So 109 and 110. So these employees are not listed, are not on this list. So again, another important way to make sure that we're looking at both sides, not just one list, because there's a possibility that the other list might contain something that this one doesn't. And then we also want to check again that the ID is correct. So again, paste this into here and let's adjust this range accordingly. Drag it down. And so we're going to be looking up, let's make sure we've got our logic correct. We're looking up employee ID here, looking up on this list, returning that value and checking that it matches. So we should have the same error with that William Brown not matching to Maria Garcia. So that is correct. So now we've got a comprehensive list of all the issues in terms of data not being correct or not found. So we found the items that are not found and the items that are not correct. But there is another way that we can approach this, and that's by using Excel's new function called Vstack. So if you're using the latest version of Excel, you'll see this option, this formula show up. So if you just type in Vstack, if you don't have it, that means you may just not have the latest update yet. But how it works is we can select these ranges, and what it's going to do is consolidate them to one vertical stack. So right now I've got repeating values. So to get rid of this, I can use the unique function as well to get rid of those. And just in case my data is not sorted, it is in this case, but I'm going to use the sort function as well. So it's going to first stack these results, pull in the unique values only, and then sort them. So it's going to do all that within just one function. So it's really a really powerful formula that we've set up here that can do multiple things at once. Now let's create fields for Office A and Office B. And now what I can do is do a lookup to see, okay, what do these IDs relate to? So let's do a VLOOKUP for 101. And the same sort of logic we're going to do is to use those same ranges that we've been using before. Do a lookup just to make sure we've got a name in there. So we've got some NAs to say, okay, these people were not found. We can do the same thing for Office B. This time I'll use XLOOKUP to look up 101 within this range and return these values. And let's freeze these cells and then close that out. And so whether you use XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP really isn't going to matter in this case when you're comparing data. So now let's do a comparison to say, okay, is this a match? So let's do a simple if function to say, okay, if this is equal to this, then we're going to say it's a match. Otherwise, we're going to say not a match. So let's copy this down. And now the problem is we've encountered some NAs again, some errors. So now what we can do is use an if error function to say, okay, if it's an error, that means it hasn't been found on one list or another, right? And at this point, I'm just going to use not found. Just as a catch-all to say, regardless of what list it's missing from, I'm just going to put a blanket not found. So with using Vstack, we can easily consolidate these two lists and then do separate lookups and then check for, whether it's an exact match. In this case, it is. Whether it's not a match and the values are wrong, or if the data is missing from one or both lists. So by doing it this way, we can set up multiple approaches where we can check for and consolidate data. So the great thing about Excel is if you have access to the latest function, Vstack, you can set it up this way and do your comparisons and do lookups to compare what those values are. If you don't have it though, you can still use, or if you're not able to set it up this way just because of how your spreadsheet is set up and you do need to do a lookup this way, then the one thing to remember is do it on both lists. You don't just want to do the lookups on one list and check the other, because there's also the possibility that they could be on the other list but not on your main list. So by doing a lookup on both sides, you'll get a more complete review of what's missing, what's not found, what needs to be corrected. So that's how we can check for missing and incomplete or incorrect data in Excel.